Chilling in my natural habitat. Don't listen to that other shit, because that other shit's whack, fool! I'm so full. I'm so full. Alright, motherfucker. We gonna get fucked up. We gonna get fucked up. We gonna get fucked up. I'm so motherfucking full. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you very much for joining. I'm about to do it now. I just ate 3 tacos at Carbon. It was good. They forgot my chips. I'm so sad. They've been forgetting shit in the drive-thru. Like the other day, I was like, "Hey, you forgot my shit," and I go, "Sorry." Today again, I didn't check. I got home like, "Fuck, you forgot my chips." That's why you should always check before you leave the drive-thru. I could have ate those chips. I would have liked those chips. But I don't have them. Oh well. Oh, I'm so full though. Freaking full. Alright, I got some shit here. That's gonna be a winner. I'm gonna scratch that live. Blunt wraps. You need some? Just for the week. I started about some blunt wraps for the week. That's how much I've smoked in 1 week. Half a week. Every 3 days I go buy these mini blunt wraps. $20 worth of blunt wraps. Last time you just gave me a box. Alright, motherfucker. Naturals. Nature's natural lubricant. FDA can suck a dick. Fuck FDA. They don't know shit. They talk shit about ganja. They don't know shit about ganja. You should approve ganja, man. What's wrong with you? Alright, I'm so full. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, I'm letting some fucking catch my breath. Do things that are relaxing, man. What kind of beat is this? Token. We're doing it wrong. Welcome to the higher learning, understanding series where knowledge is power and ignorance deciding our place. Science of token, smoking cannabis, masturbation, country. Trend, Plans to outlaw marijuana sales downtown. Weedman says he'll keep selling. Weedman. Paradise explodes a previous record-breaking wildfire season, creating the best cannabis experience for you. Why do you have to be a rocket scientist to think like that? Bum, 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 bum. Let's scratch the lottery ticket and then celebrate after I win and then do a dab. Dab. I can't reach my penny. I don't have one in here. Let's see if this will work. Alright, let's see how you play this. Play area. Alright, this is working. $2. I want 888. Ticket. $2. Ticket. $10. $2. Two choose. This is a $2 winner. And an 8. Or a 10. You got 10, 10, 2, and a 2. This one here is going to be a 10. 2. I try to push it to a 10. I won. I doubled my money. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. You saw it live. Look at that. 2, 2, and 2. I doubled my money. I knew I was going to win. Now what do? Do you buy 2 more or do you keep the $2? I'm going to say, give me the $2. Buy soda. I won. I won. I told you he's going to win. Now we dab. Sorry, the celebration of winning the lottery. I'm always a winner. Everything I do, I just win, win, win. Oh, we're not even going to open this yet. We're doing dabs. We're doing dabs. That's dopey out, right? Let me hear that again. Smack my bitch up. She likes it. My bitch likes when I smack her up. So it's okay. Some bitches like that shit. They like to be when you're rough. They like to get backhand and pulled by their hair, ripped and beat. I don't know. Some do. To turn on you. Hard sex. Rough sex. Violent sex. Energized sex. Sex. Animal style. Froggy style. Smack my bitch up, motherfucker. Smack my bitch up. I'll be so fucked up. Let's go, fool. Down. Do it. Let's go. Cheers. Fuck it. Fuck it. There we go. No. Slow motion smack. Olay. God, it's so good. blow that nug up. Save the stones. Look at all those crystals.
Tucus?
This is not what it looked like.
Oh, it's not what it looked like.
Okay, this is exactly what it looked like.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Too much good stuff.
Hello, world! My name is Jamira, or you can call me Myra for short, and I'm a creative pro at the Apple Store in the Brickell City Center in Miami, Florida. Welcome to Creative Projects.
Music, man. I'm so lit from that dab. Damn, that was good. Time to roll a fatty. Alright. Do you wanna funk? Two souls up in here now. The sesh is growing. The blunt is not even rolled yet. I'm gonna start talking in my mind as soon as the blunt gets lit. Alright. I'm gonna take you on a ride. Oh, my cerebral cortex like a vortex. Enter my dome. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. Ah, that knocked the toilet over. Fucking knocked my toilet over. I knocked my toilet over. My toilet bowl tipped over. Do you wanna funk with me? what we do every day. The session's growing. 3 people in here. What's up? 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much for joining. You have a soul, right? Don't sell your soul, mofo, because you will never get it back. It's impossible to get your soul back. You make a deal with the devil, that's it. 1 soul. You don't get 2. Maybe if you make a deal to get 2 souls, yeah, you tell them, okay, I'll make you a deal, I'll sell you a soul, but I want 2. Don't try it. Ollie 8100. What's up, man? I'm in my natural habitat. I'm so happy. Having fun on a Sunday. That's what it's all about on Sunday. Have fun on Sunday. Ollie, let's crack-a-lacking. You ever heard somebody say that? What's crack-a-lacking? That's like what's happening. What's popping. The 411. Alright, I'm gonna roll this shit. We're gonna get fucked up. Oh, we're gonna go into the archives of my brain. What is the front of your brain responsible for? A lot of things. The movement, all kinds of things. What about the brain in the back? The back of the brain. 4 souls up in here. Yeah. I love you, and you. Thank you very much for joining my scope. OG Mankind is going to get ripped. Let's go. Sunday fun day. I'm just going to talk off the top of my dome once I hit this, see where it goes. We're going to have fun though. Alright, that's for sure. Always positive vibes. I'm going to play some Xbox today. There you go. Going to play some Xbox today. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's made of fun. Very stress relieving and a relaxing activity. Because today, on the national level, it's relaxing activity day. And you're playing video games. Yay for that, right? Yeah. Yes, and yes, and yes. I already ripped some, did I? I don't know. Xbox. I just want to play some Xbox. Cool, man. That is dope.
I wanted my hepatitis C
I
gone.
wanted my hepatitis C
I'm
gone.
not treating them.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of
I play all kinds of
I
games.
just found out.
You play all kinds of games? Do you play retro? Atari? Atari 2600 games like Pac-Man, Asteroids, Super Mario Brothers, Centipede, Defender, Miss Pac-Man, Spy Hunter, Joust. I mean, these games are like games of all games, before games. Before all these games, these were the games. That's all you did. Was game. Like fishing games to teach you. Oh, dope. Yes, talk about games. I have all the games. I have all the games. I am a professional gamer. Okay. The first system I had was Atari 2600. That was the first system that came out. I had Mario Bros, I had Asteroids, I had Combat, I had Pong. I had all kinds of games on that. And then after Atari 2600 came out, another system came out called, are you ready for this? Intellivision. It was a controller that had a disc. And you move your finger like that with a touchpad. Had little screens, you slide in and out, little disc. A new console. That was Intellivision. And then, after Intellivision came out, another system came out called ColecoVision. Nintendo was my first. Then I'm getting there. Then Nintendo comes out later. Okay. Then Nintendo comes out after Coleco and Intellivision. It's Atari, Intellivision, Coleco, and then Nintendo. Okay, Nintendo 64. And then PlayStation, then Xbox, then we're at PS5 now. Okay. Sega, my bad. And then how can I forget about Sega? There's a couple more too. I forgot. I skipped a couple. Sega's huge. There's two more. Activision. That's Activision. Yeah. Anyway, there's a few more. It went crazy. It went bizarre. Games is huge now. Games is life. Games is life, man. You win one tournament, you could win $3 million. You're set. Like the what's his name? Fortnite. He's like little kid. He won $3 million. What the fuck? I play Fortnite and I get $3 million. I'm a little kid. Yeah, you're a fucking dope little kid. That little kid's fucking awesome. He beat everybody. Nobody could beat him. The best in the world. Imagine to be the best at Fortnite in the world. Gets you $3 million. Damn. Contests are huge now. I'm on a couple of teams. I clone myself and I'm on a couple of teams. You could do that in the digital gaming world. If you didn't know that, turning you onto something new. You can clone yourself in the digital world, in the gaming world, and you can go anywhere you want. It's amazing. Yeah. Well, now you know. I plant the idea, I plant the seeds. You know you could be in video games now, right? You know that. Oh, where do we go? I feel so good. I want to take you on a ride from here to here. I'm going to take you on a ride from here to here using my noodle, my brain. Okay? We're not going to go that far. We're only going to go from here to here. But it's going to seem like I'm taking you all the way around the world. You ready? That's the power of the brain. Okay? At 12 volts. And your 12 volts and your 12 volts and all our volts put together and we focus on one thing, that's a mega beam, called a mega beam. If you can see it from up above, you can see all the frequencies connecting like a web to all our beams. You can't see it though, it's super invisible. You need to be into like that science or quantum physics. Oh shit, we're gonna talk about quantum physics. Yeah. You guys know what quantum physics is, right? Before I talk about it? Or do I need to give an intro before I start talking? Or will you be able to follow along and understand? Everyone knows what quantum physics is, right? If anyone doesn't say so now, I'm not too sure. Okay, let's go there. This is fun. More fun to teach at the same time. So, quantum physics is the stuff that goes on that we can't see, that makes the universe turn and exist. Okay? It's like forces. God, well, to scientists, it's not God. You know, most scientists, a small percentage of scientists believe in God. About 7% of like elite scientists believe in God. The more educated in science one gets and goes into, the less they believe about God. But it's not like zero. It's not like zero. There's still a small percentage of scientists that do believe in God. It's really cool because like all the scientists always talk to people who don't believe in God. I mean, talk to people who believe in God and they try to explain the science. So why don't you explain that to your own scientists? The 7% that believes in God, that's a scientist just like you. Okay. So, quantum physics is the science of shit happening that we can't see. Everything that makes the earth, the trees, sound, um, movement, sunlight, speed, all that stuff that can be measured and calculated, but you can't see. Okay? So that is quantum physics. Okay. Alright, turn the shit on. Let's go. Turn the light on. Sunday Funday. Sunday Funday. Or Hungry Funday. Psychosomatic, no, insane. Inhale. Inhale. Alright, here we go. Let me move the comments. Take them off so I can have full screen and work on my screen. Okay. Alright, what are we gonna do? New topic. New topic going on right now. Something about, let's see. I know. Let's have a fun talk here. A fictional talk. Okay. A fictional talk about potential reality in the future. In the future, there will be a huge, massive, global migration. Okay. The masses will be escorted, migrated away from a continent. Um, the continent that the people move away from will not be habitable. This is why, this is the reason for the migration. So in the future, northern and southern regions where there's land will be uninhabitable, and humans will be forced to migrate inward towards the equator wherever there's land. Hopefully this doesn't happen tomorrow or next year.
Wherever you go,
Hopefully it happens like
you can go there with confidence.
over 20 years, 50, 100 years.
Come with Toyota Care no cost maintenance standard.
Could come sooner.
Toyota, let's go places.
Now what does that mean? That means all people have to work together because the earth is becoming uninhabitable in certain regions.
In a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts.
So humans
The victims were in airplanes or in their offices.
will be
Businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were
less
saved by
than
evil, despicable acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires,
the huge migration we must prepare and plan for.
Terrible sadness,
Okay.
and quiet, unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended.
Alright, wasn't that fun? That was fun, wow. What's in this? So, that was a fictional story, okay? It's a fictional story due to climate change. Humans migrate towards the equator. Hopefully that fictional story does not come true. What would that be like? Everybody just has to leave your home no matter what because it is uninhabitable. Habitable. And you got to move to another country, but in reality it's just to another part of land for survival, but man made a country. So all laws during the huge migration conflict and go dormant. So during the period of the huge migration, laws are dormant. Borders are no longer borders. New borders are put up. Remember, this is a fictional story. It's a War of the Worlds. Fictional story. It's having fun. Sunday Funday. The blunt. So, what is it? 7.8 billion people? Spread out all over the continents as we speak. Now you gotta fit that amount of people to where they were not before. Only the ones near the equator would have been there before. So the new people coming in from the north and the south would have to join the rationings. So ration. Water, food, animals, and crops start to become crops start to become a priority. Growing hemp becomes a major priority for industrial materials to get through the migration rationing. So, a dome is in need before the rest of the world is uninhabitable. The dome must be built. So the dome gets started. The dome gets started near the middle of the earth, near the equator. Dome project goes on. Huge time, huge different time in history for mankind to go through an experience. Hopefully the dome gets built in sufficient amount of time to sustain life and withstand the climate change. Eventually, the dome will not be able to be sustained. The dome will eventually collapse. What goes up must come down. Every civilization that's gone up has gone down. As far as mankind that we could trace back of a functional civilization on Earth that we know it is the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire reigned 2,000 years. That's a lot of years under the Roman Empire. But it came down. It came down, the Roman Empire. So our nation is a baby nation in the timeline of mankind. We're barely over 250 years old, our nation. Civilizations, like I just said, 2,000 years. That's the oldest known living civilization known to mankind, the Roman Empire. So we're not even close to even being anywhere adult. We're a baby nation under a constitution. And you see how that's going after 250 years. So we're back scratching. One new message. Fire. Fictional talk. We're just having fun. Fictional talk out here, having a blunt talk about Earth in the future, sustaining climate change. That's crazy how some animals have gone extinct off the planet Earth. They used to be here, but they're extinct. Imagine extinct. Gone. It's history, man. History. Extinct. That's it. Gone. See how it goes. Sunday funny. Sunday. How do you know the sun is 93 million miles away? Who calculated it? Who comes up with all this geometry and math that says all these things add up perfectly aligned and this and that? What if the sun moved or something and it's not the same? I don't know. You know exactly. Like, according to the measurements and physics, we can add it up, and it is 93 point blah 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 miles away from Earth. Let me think about that. Okay, Earth is here, the sun is here. You're saying from the end surface of the Earth, top surface, to the top surface of Earth. Both top surfaces, the distance between there and there is 93 million miles. You know what? I don't believe it. You know why I don't believe it? Because if you don't even know what the moon is, and the moon is way closer, then you don't know shit about anything farther than that. Am I right or am I right? Everything else is bullshit. If you do not know about the moon, but you say you know about Mars and Saturn and all this other shit, and you don't know about the moon, you're lying. Yes, you don't even know you're lying. You think this is the way it is, but it's not. Because you do not even know the moon. There, end of story. End of story. If one thing is mysterious, that breaks the whole logical thinking that all these other calculations are correct. Because if they are so correct, then why can't you figure out the moon? There. Where's Neil deGrasse Tyson when you need him? Neil, you know shit about the moon, right? What do you know about the moon, Neil? Who told you, Neil? Neil, do you have a spaceship? Do you have a rocket, Neil? Did you go up in space, Neil? And see if they were nice and take a GoPro cam and record it and YouTube it so we could all see? No. So, why do you feel the need to believe what you have not experienced yourself? And yet, you know nothing about the moon. Yeah, scientists are just out there, right? Do you have any scientists in here? Yeah, I started talking about that because today's Sunday. Someone really loves the sun, right? 37 days, how many hours that is? It's just hours. Freaking hours aren't even real. You know, an hour. We made up an hour. We made up 24 hours. That's so insane. Because like 24 hours clock does not exist. And we're caught up in the system of a clock. What guides our lives. I don't like being guided. Because I like the clock. You know what, clock? I disown you. I disown you, my clock. Fuck the clock. I'm never looking at a clock again. I'm gonna go by my own clock in my brain. So, I can make a new clock. So how can I make a new? Easy. Okay, so we have a clock, right? What if, like, we go by the shadow? Every time the shadow reaches that rock, that's how we know it keeps repeating itself. Yeah, I seen the shadow there in the rock. And then there it is again. And then there it is again. And again and again. Every day, that rock has a shadow right there. That's pretty trippy. So let's use shadow time. Alright? Let's use shadow time. It's a different kind of time. This is called sundial time. Before the clock, the sundial. Use the sun. And before the sundial was the moon dial. The moonlight cast a shadow also. So, shadow time can be used as time. Shadow time can be used as time, a way of time, instead of a clock. You just tell that landmarks, you go by landmarks. The trees. When the shadow hits the trees, you know where the trees are, so then you know where the trees are. The rocks, when the shadow hits the rocks. So, like, if you want to have a 420 sesh, every time the shadow hits the rocks, we blaze up. No matter what happens, everybody, meet here at the next shadow hitting the rocks. See? So then you would be looking at the shadows prior to hitting the rocks. It's moving. Like, oh shit, it's way over there. It's getting closer. It's almost with the rocks. I better hurry up and run over there for the sesh. So we meet at the rocks when the shadow's on them. Alright? That was the old 420 before 420. Before there was a clock and it said 420. Numbers came and shit. It was shadow at the rocks sesh. Shadow at the beach sesh. Every time the shadow hits the beach, we sesh. shadow time. You can't set an alarm for that. Like the time we use, you can like set an alarm clock to wake you up 10 minutes before the shadow hits the rocks without seeing the shadow. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Something that goes buzz, and now it alerts you so you won't miss your session at the rock shadow when the shadows hit the rocks. So that's a pretty cool invention. An alarm clock to tell you when time is coming. Whoa. Um, when the shadow passes the rocks, you can't bring the shadow back. So that's one thing. Time is still always like, no matter what you use to manifest it, it still moves. It's like we're on a rolling carpet, and you cannot stop the shadow from hitting the rock time and time and time after and after. No matter what, that shadow's gonna hit the rock again and again and again. But wait a second. What if we were able to like get in a rocket and go really far, and now Earth is spinning, shadows are happening, but to us, we're so far in a rocket way over here that the shadow is different. We don't have rocks to see the shadow hitting the rocks, and then oh, it's gonna go by and then hit the rocks again because we're not on a spinning globe. We would be off of it. When you fly away from Earth and Earth turns, do you float in space as Earth turns? And then when you decide to come back, you come back on a different part of Earth? Or when you fly up and Earth turns, you're turning with it. So when you want to come back down, you come back down on the same spot. Why do you come down on the same spot? If you go really high, it should keep turning. If you get in high orbit, high Earth orbit, then that means you just need to fly into high Earth orbit. The Earth will spin because it got smaller, and then you come straight back down, and now you're on a different part. I have an experiment I have to try. Yeah, when and how far do you have to be for the Earth to spin, and you could be just watching it spin? Because if that, and when that is possible, when you get that high, that means that the Earth should start spinning and get smaller as you get higher up. So now, time for you, and if you had a few other people in a big spaceship, there's no globe you're on, so there's no rocks and trees and a river for the shadow to be hitting and seem like it's moving because it's spinning. you're not spinning. You're in far deep motherfucking space, away from Earth, still far away from the sun. That means now the sun will be beaming on you all the time, like 24 hours non-stop. That means it will be beaming on you non-stop because Earth down here is spinning, turning trees, mountains, rocks. It's like shadows on a sphere. But you're not on the sphere, so there's no shadows, nothing spinning. So time is way different for you. You cannot use shadow time. You cannot use shadow time now. You cannot use shadow time if you're in buttfuck Egypt space because you're not spinning on nothing. So after a certain point, things do not orbit Earth. You would have to be able to travel in a direction and get out of the orbital system. So when does the orbital system free up and allow you just to go straight and the orbital system keeps spinning around? So you can't. You know why? Because there's the planets. And the planets we cannot go to. And if we're Earth and the planets are farther away from Earth, and all the planets are orbiting around the sun, then we will continue to be orbiting also as we go up. We'll be able to even go up so far, past so far. You would just go and then you would eventually be in the orbital system and spin around Earth as you go up. And you will be able to go farther away from Earth as you continue orbiting farther and farther. So Earth is spinning, you're going with it, you'll be going up a spiral. It just doesn't it's not all clear to me. Talking from the archives of my brain, thank you very much for joining. Trying to figure out space. If you take off from Earth, when does Earth start to spin and you just can watch it? If you're on the moon, you're always going to see the same part of Earth because we always see the same part of the moon. So we're on the moon, we always see the same part of Earth because we're orbiting. We're not Earth. But if you're on a planet, it orbits. The moon doesn't. I'm getting to the bottom of something here. Thank you very much for joining. This is Archives of My Brain Scope. Since the beginning of the blend. I'm just going in deep. So I'm trying to figure out and come up with an explanation about when you leave, no matter what planet you're on, it seems like they all orbit. So how do you fly straight if you fly against orbital? I love when they say they use the Earth's gravitational pull to sling them out into space, and they do like a figure eight. Figure eight. That's because it's flat. I want to thank you very much for joining. I am hungry again. I ate a pollo loco and now I'm still hungry. Round 2. Maybe because I skipped breakfast. But I don't know what I'm going to eat for round 2. But I'm going to eat something. And I want to thank you very much for sessioning, listening to the archives in my brain. All because it's Sunday today. That's why I went that direction. Because some dude a long time ago said today is called Sunday because I love the sun. Yeah, sun worship. So every 7 man-made days, the sun again, the sun. Tomorrow, moon, the moon, Monday, moon. Okay. It's a crazy time.